Hey everybody, this is Derek here. I'm going to be providing this training and introduction to Asana and what it's used for and why this is a software we chose. So Asana here is a great project management software. It was developed by the Facebook team to for the Facebook team when they were building Facebook. This is a way for them to communicate, basically to move away from email so it actually creates a more efficient way of communicating when it comes to groups or individuals, uh, projects, tasks, all the way through communication and comments. And they sort of built this software to communicate kind of like a feed on Facebook, where when you are commenting back and forth to each other, it's not really an email block by block, and you have to search everything. It's kind of inefficient when it comes to that. So we chose Asana to utilize communication reasons to help the business and the team and the projects to help streamline everything as much as possible so that we can communicate more efficiently across the board. Um, it's actually what we use at the moment for scheduling, for projects that we assign each other, to task, to individual messages. So we move away from group text messages to text messages as much as possible, all the way to excuse me, all the way through um, inventory as well too. Okay, so things are subject to change according to this recording, but I'm going to go through a general use on this platform here, and then I'm going to dive on into more details in other videos. Okay, so this is just a general on how to use um, Asana here. And one thing I missed here that's really great is you can actually share files up to 100 megabytes on this platform. So it makes it easy for us to say if we're dealing with the graphic department or any graphic software or graphics files. Some of them, if can be very big in file, meaning I can go out to 50 megabytes, and then your email won't allow you to email 50 megabytes. Well, Asana kind of, you know, add that feature in where, hey, you know what? You can add files here, just drag and drop, and you can access the files anywhere on your iPhone here, all the way to another laptop, to a desktop. As long as you have internet and a browser and log into Asana, you pretty much can access Asana full featured, which is really great. Now, the screen here looks really confusing. I know there's a lot, but I'm going to break it down to how we use Asana in the most easiest way to explain. Okay, so let's get straight into it here. If you're looking at my mouse here, favorites are basically everything you can manually add to your favorites. Meaning, I access this a lot, so I'm going to favorite this project, because if we click on here below this line, below favorites, below reports, we're going to have show more projects. Projects are basically kind of the hierarchy of the tree, the very, very top. Okay, so we always use the term projects as a macro task. Okay, so if you click show more projects, it's going to show all the projects here that we've created throughout time. Okay, now if I click on inventory buy list, that's a project. Boom. Okay, so notice this screen here will change. This left panel here is kind of the menu. There's another, actually, yeah, there's settings and all, but I'm not going to get into that yet. So the left panel here that we're looking at with all the colors and the employees here is actually the left panel menu. Okay, it's going to show all the projects here. All right. And then favorites, if I hit down, it's going to show on here as well too. Okay, so usually if we refer to anything project-based, that means on the left panel here, okay? And then I'm going to say look for a project that says refund and exchange. Boom, you know it's right there. Look for a panel, look for a project that says special orders. Boom, it's right there, okay? So within each project, notice this screen is changing here, okay? You can see all the task now. Task is a subtask of the project, okay? You can create as many tasks subtask as you like, or I'm sorry, task as you like. So you may hear us say something like, check the task in inventory buy list, okay? Or pull up the project inventory buy list and add a task, okay? You just hit add a task there. You can see that just pop down here. Write a task name, okay? Task test, let's just say for instance, okay? So you can see here you can create as much tasks as you like. Some of them is endless here. We can go all the way down, all the to, you know, you can see the numbers here, 540, 548. These are how many tasks we have created over the years and all that, okay? Now to check off a task is very simple. You just click check, okay? It kind of just clears it out and it goes away, all right? You can, since this is blank, I'm going to click on it. And there's nothing on this right side. Okay, I'm going to check that out. So you would have checked that task off. That's how you show a completed task, okay? So number one, we got favorites, and then number two, we got projects, okay? To favorite something, let me just show you really quickly. You just select the three dots, and you can change. There's some settings that's available in each task. You can change the color of the folders here, or you know, the projects here, okay? So you can color coordinate everything. Now do remember, if you change the color here, it will change it for everybody. I believe, yeah, it does. So actually, you know what? It's a set for everyone. I believe it's a optional thing. You can change it yourself, so you can get as organized as you like here, okay? Add the favorites, which is what we mentioned earlier. It adds it up to the top over here. It even shows up on your phone that way. So however, whatever you add on favorites will show up on your iPhone or your Android, okay? So it makes it very efficient for it to be personalized, all right? Obviously, this is the employees here. We'll get into that in just a minute, okay? Let's see what else I want to change. Add the dashboard. We don't use that much. You can explore the option if you like. Copy project, archive project, delete project. Okay, so these are pretty self-explanatory. You can duplicate a project. We've never used that feature, but you can always explore that as well too. Archiving a project, I probably wouldn't do that because this is such a public setting, a public location where so many employees and I access this. I would ask somebody, one of your leads, before you archive anything, okay? Now the great thing about Asana is you cannot delete things, meaning archiving is not deleting. Archiving just means, hey, we're going to take it away from the screen. We no longer see it, but Asana actually still keeps it somewhere. So, you know, if you accidentally delete something, hey, just, you know, always reach out to a lead, or you can always Google how to bring a project back or a task back, okay? All right, so enough with favorites, projects, and task. Okay, we're gonna dive into task now. Okay, so for instance, I'm gonna select anything here, inventory buy list. Now remember, this is a project. We're gonna move on over to the task of this project. So you can see inventory buy list here, and you can see inventory buy list there. So every time you click this, you're gonna see a reflecting change, refund and exchange, check-ins and checks in and out. Okay, so whatever you click on projects, you're viewing the task in the project here, okay? Now the great thing about projects is you can actually add main task here. So if I type in task, and I want to make this kind of like a main task and not a subtask, you hit the colons there, automatically it creates the bold, okay? You see that there? So if I click away from it, it actually saves it now. Now, you can say, you know, everything below here is a test task. Everything below here is a sub-test task. So you can get very organized here, okay? If you hit enter, it just creates another task there. But let's just say I click away. And you can see now that this is a test task, sub-task. You can actually create main tasks within this frame here within this project here, which is very easy way to get organized. Okay, then let's move on over to the test to the actually let me delete this. If we delete the colon, it just makes it a regular task. I'm just gonna check that off, delete that, check that off. Okay, now within each task is where it gets a little bit more detailed per task. Now, and this is the beauty of Asana here now. Okay, let's say for instance I'm going to create a test task here. I'm going to click over here, test task. Okay, I'm going to type test task video training. Please ignore. And the reason why I'm putting please ignore is because I'm actually going to do some live taggings to individual employees, and then I don't want them thinking I'm really assigning a task to them right now. So I'm going to create this here. This is a test task video training. Please ignore. Okay. So the right panel of this here, the third, the right panel here. Okay. So it's left panel, middle panel, right panel. So the right panel here, you can say, hey, how many people, who do you want to assign this task to, and what happens when you assign it to them? Okay, so the beauty of this here is you can actually add multiple people that are in this project. So that means that Mary, Jane, and John, the three of them, including you, which is 4 now, is in this task. You can tag 3 people here, and once you tag 3 of them, they're going to get an alert on their phone. They're going to get, the app is actually going to pop up on their iPhone here, okay, which is the beauty here. And within that, let's just say I'm going to move forward, but we're gonna get a little bit deeper. So let's just say I tag Kim, and I tag DC, and I tag Tanji. You're going to see down here how many people are followers. So you can see here that it actually saves a timeline of who created this task, what time. And it actually keeps a record of this so that, if you wanted to search your email, it kind of makes it hard sometimes, but in here it makes it easy because you can just, scroll up and down and read everyone's comments back and forth. You can even tag each other in the comments to get a specific direct a notification here. So it makes communication very easy here, okay? And the due date, even better. The due date here, if I say the 18th here, it's going to say it's due date tomorrow, which is the 18th, according to today, okay? The description, you can always say, hey team, this is just a test task. Don't worry about this. Derek is creating a training video on how to use Asana. Okay, so I'm just gonna throw that in there, and the beauty is if I want to, this is the comment section. So within the project, within this sub, within this task here, you can actually specifically communicate on this platform, which is really great here. So if I want to communicate with 1 person or 2 person, all you simply put is the @ symbol. It's going to populate all the names that starts with K. And I'm going to hit Kim, and let's just say Kim and DC here, okay, is part of the project, and I want both of them to get a notification. The beauty of this is you can communicate with 2 people with one message. Okay, you don't have to. It's kind of like a CC feature here in email. Okay, so hey guys, again, this is just a test. Okay, and then I'm gonna hit comment. So now it actually saves a timestamp here. Okay, once time passes on, it's actually going to show the stamp here, June 17, 2018. Okay, 8:51 p.m. So it's recorded the moment you put it in. Which makes it really great here, because sometimes we use this to communicate regarding a customer. A customer may walk in and be like, hey, what happened to my product or so? Well, let me pull up your file. Oh, according to this day here, somebody said this. According to the day after that, somebody said that. So it keeps sort of like a call center log of what happened with this specific task here, okay? Now you can attach files here, which is which is great. You can say, I want to attach it from a desktop. I want to attach this file, and I'll hit choose, and lo and behold, it attaches the file here, allowing you to access this file on the cloud at any time, okay? Up to 100 megabytes, I believe. So I'm gonna let that upload right now, and it's gonna load here. Okay, so let's click on, there you go. So you can actually see this in the comment section with everybody, okay, which is beautiful here. Let's move a little bit forward. Now, within this task, okay, within the projects, within the task, within the subtask here, I'm sorry, you can create subtasks in here. So attach a file, creating subtasks. You can say, hey, this project has, you know, 2 subtasks. Okay, I'm going to create a subtask test 1. I'll hit enter again, subtask test 2. Okay, now each subtask can be assigned a due date individually. It could be assigned to multiple or single individual again. And then notes here. Okay, so I'm going to actually go back to inventory buy list. Oops, come back here. So subtask notes and comments. So which is the beauty here? You can add you can get so specific on how you want to use this platform to communicate, to attach files, to create tasks. So it makes it very, very organized here. Okay, and there are some other views which I'm going to get into right now, which we don't use a whole lot, but we do use every now and then. See, copy task URL. Okay, this is kind of nice. I believe you can copy the task URL, and let's just say you want to say, hey, I want to send this task to a friend or a consultant that's not part of the team, but they want to get access to a file. You can actually send them this link here so they can download a file, but they won't be able to delete or archive or manipulate the task here, okay, which makes it really great. So you can see here that just typing in the link and pasting it, I was able to view the entire communication on this task here, okay, which makes it beautiful. I'm going to close that out, go back to Asana here. Now, let's just say let's just say this test task here had 100 files, and we wanted to access all the files, okay, and we don't want to scroll through the feed here that's constantly going down, okay. So the best way is to hit files. It will pull up all the files within this subtask here. Actually more, I believe. Okay, so it's pulling these files from other tasks right now, but you can see that this is the file that I added to the project, okay. So if, oh, there it goes. There's a lot of files here, okay. You can already see that. Wow, this is amazing. Invoices, old photos, beautiful. I believe it actually pulled up all the pictures from all the inventory. So everything here that scroll down all the way down to the 500 some numbers, I believe you can actually access this, okay? Access it through the files here, which is, this is a beauty here. It makes finding things so much easier. It makes communicating so much easier. And all that jazz here, okay? Let's go back to inventory buy list. This is test task. Progress. You can actually show all the progress here, which we don't have any right at the moment. But the progress is probably something that is very useful if you have a lot of subtasks and tasks, and you want to keep track of all the you know, projects or the tasks within subtasks within the tasks and all that jazz under one project. Okay. Conversation, you can start a group message here as well too, okay. Calendar view, great. This calendar view allows us to actually see a broad spectrum of the project, okay. This is the list view, this is the calendar view. So notice earlier I set a task here that was due tomorrow. So let's just create let's just create a subtask that's due on Tuesday, and this one is due on Wednesday, okay. Now you're going to see here within the calendar view, and I want to show the weekends too. Might have to refresh here. Let me see, list, project, Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay, I believe it's only the main task here. So I'm going to do another test again, task. I'm going to say this is due Tuesday. So we're going to go to calendar. There you go. So it's only showing here the main task, okay? So if I click on this here, and I'm going to come back to test task, and I'm going to go to Tuesday. Let me go to calendar now. All right, enough of that at the moment. So we're going to continue going on. Now, we've never really used subtasks a whole lot. We've always created tasks here. So again, you can explore that within your own time, okay? And if we do get into it, I'll create another training video for that as well. Let's check timeline. Plan and manage parking. Okay, there's upgrade to premium. So there's a premium that we can get onto, but we're not using it at the moment. But within time, I believe we will, okay? Now, so this here is going to be a general sum up of Asana here. I'm going to create other videos here next that dives into the scheduling, okay, and maybe the inventory. So these are sort of used a little bit differently. So I'm going to end this video here, move on to the next video to view other Asana training videos, okay? I hope this helps you out. If you have any questions, always reach out to your lead or Derek Wong, okay? And I'll see you guys next time.